So you want to own a truck stop. On paper, this looks like one of the safest businesses in America. You put a giant sign next to an interstate, sell diesel to trucks that cannot teleport, rent a few showers, move some coffee, some cigarettes, some hot food, and let the highway do the rest. It sounds simple. It is not. Here's the part nobody tells you. The diesel is usually the least interesting part of the entire business. The thing with the biggest sign out front is often not the thing making the real money. And the most valuable asset on the property may not be the fuel island, the convenience store, or even the restaurant. It may be the parking lot. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some truck stops make millions, while others are just expensive pavement. Why the business is less about fuel than about time, and why a few ugly trends hitting trucking right now are about to decide which owners win and which ones get buried under debt, diesel volatility, and concrete. Let's start with what it actually costs to get in. A small independent truck stop is not a gas station with a few extra parking spaces. It's a completely different animal. You need interstate adjacent land, which already means expensive land. You need a larger fuel island, a bigger canopy, high-capacity diesel storage, commercial pumps, room for turning radiuses, parking for dozens or hundreds of rigs, lighting, security, showers, restrooms, food service, staffing, drainage, and usually a repair or tire component if you want the site to actually compete. A modest independent site can easily run you several $1,000,000. A serious modern truck stop on a strong corridor can push well past 10 million before it is fully equipped. If you want a branded food offering, bigger parking capacity, or a repair bay, the number climbs fast. And unlike a normal gas station, you are not building for sedans. You are building for 80,000-pound vehicles that punish pavement, clog entrances, and demand far more room, fuel throughput, and maintenance. That matters because truck stop economics are front-loaded. The minute you build one, you are buried in fixed costs. The land is expensive. The diesel infrastructure is expensive. The site work is expensive. The pavement alone is a quiet killer. Because trucks destroy surfaces much faster than passenger cars do. A parking lot that looks like a simple rectangle from the road is a capital asset that has to survive constant abuse from heavy equipment every single day. And you haven't made a dollar yet. Now, most people assume the money comes from diesel. That is the fantasy. Trucks are always moving, fleets always need fuel, and a busy interstate location can move a ridiculous number of gallons. That sounds great until you ask the only question that matters. How much of that gallon do you actually keep? This is where the math breaks. Truck stop fuel is high volume and low margin. Diesel gets trucks onto your property, but it does not automatically make you rich. In many cases, the gross margin per gallon is thin enough that by the time you account for labor, utilities, card fees, equipment maintenance, shrink, and debt service, fuel looks a lot less like a profit center and a lot more like a traffic engine. That is why the best operators do not think like fuel retailers. They think like airport landlords. The truck is the plane. The driver is the captive traveler. The stop is the terminal. Once the truck is parked, the real monetization begins. Inside the building, the margins change completely. Coffee is not a diesel margin business. Prepared food is not a diesel margin business. Showers are not a diesel margin business. Laundry is not a diesel margin business. Parking, if monetized correctly, is definitely not a diesel margin business. A driver may buy hundreds of dollars of fuel and generate less profit than the combined profit from a paid shower, a hot meal, drinks, snacks, a few convenience items, and a reserved overnight parking spot. That is the hidden engine. The entire strategic logic of a modern truck stop is to acquire a driver with fuel and monetize the stop with everything that happens after the wheels stop turning. This is also why location alone is not enough. Two sites can sit on the same interstate and get very different outcomes. The winner is usually not just the one with the cheapest sign. It is the one that understands dwell time. How long does a driver stay? What do they buy while they stay? Can you turn compliance time into revenue?